Good morning, America. Today marks a turning point, a new chapter in the lives of millions of Americans who have carried the weight of student loan debt for years. As the sun rises, so does hope for countless families, young professionals, and public servants across the nation. For too long, student debt has been a shadow over breakfast tables and a source of anxiety for recent graduates and seasoned professionals alike. Today, millions of Americans burdened by student loan debt are waking up to life-changing news that promises to reshape their futures and bring long-awaited peace of mind. In a landmark move, the Trump administration and the American Federation of Teachers have come together, reaching a historic agreement to accelerate student loan forgiveness. This partnership signals a rare moment of unity, putting the needs of everyday Americans first and setting a new standard for collaboration. The deal, carefully overseen by a federal court, finally cuts through years of bureaucratic red tape, legal confusion, and endless paperwork. For many, the process of seeking loan forgiveness has felt like an impossible maze. Now, that maze has a clear exit. Teachers, nurses, and public servants, those who have dedicated their lives to helping others, will no longer be left waiting or wondering. The path to loan forgiveness is now straightforward, transparent, and within reach for those who have earned it. This agreement honors the original promises of existing forgiveness programs, ensuring that those who have served their communities receive the financial freedom they were always meant to have. For many, this means a fresh start and the ability to plan for the future without the constant worry of debt. An estimated 2 to 2.5 million borrowers are now on a fast track to having their student loans wiped away. That's not just a statistic, it's a wave of relief sweeping across the country, touching families in every state and every community. Imagine the relief: tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars disappearing overnight. The stress of monthly payments, the fear of falling behind, the sacrifices made just to keep up, all of it gone in an instant. For many, this is the first time in years they can truly breathe easy. But this is about more than numbers on a page. It's about real people finally moving forward. It's about buying homes, starting families, saving for retirement, and investing in dreams that once felt out of reach. The ripple effects will be felt for generations. The process begins today, October 21st, 2025. Most discharges will be completed within just 2 weeks, making this one of the fastest and most comprehensive student loan relief efforts in American history. Borrowers are already receiving notifications from the Department of Education, confirming that their loans are being forgiven. For many, these messages are more than just emails. They are the start of a new life. This is real, immediate relief, a victory for everyday Americans who have worked hard, played by the rules, and never gave up hope. Today, we celebrate not just a policy change, but a brighter, more secure future for millions. To understand this breakthrough, we need to look back at the events that set it in motion. The story of the AFT's lawsuit is rooted in years of frustration, broken promises, and mounting anxiety for millions of student loan borrowers across the country. Earlier this year, the Trump administration abruptly paused the processing of forgiveness applications for key income-driven repayment plans. Without warning, applications disappeared from federal websites, leaving borrowers confused and desperate for answers. For many, this was the latest in a long line of setbacks. Borrowers were left in limbo, just steps from long-awaited relief. They had followed every rule, submitted every form, and waited patiently, only to find the door to forgiveness slammed shut at the last moment. The American Federation of Teachers, representing educators and public service workers nationwide, stepped in. In March 2025, they filed a lawsuit against the Department of Education, demanding accountability and action. The suit argued that the government had unlawfully halted a process borrowers were legally entitled to, stranding millions with debt they had been promised would be forgiven. The stakes were enormous, not just for teachers, but for nurses, social workers, and countless others who had dedicated their careers to public service. The stories were heartbreaking: teachers, nurses, and public servants who had done everything right, only to hit a bureaucratic wall. Many had made life decisions based on the promise of loan forgiveness, and now faced financial uncertainty and emotional distress. The administration blamed legal challenges and shifting policies, but for borrowers, the impact was devastating. Families struggled to make ends meet, and dreams of financial freedom seemed to slip further away. The lawsuit forced the administration to the negotiating table, where advocates and government officials debated the future of student loan forgiveness. Processing resumed, but the AFT demanded more than a temporary fix. They pushed for a comprehensive, binding solution that would protect borrowers now and in the future. The result, today's court-supervised agreement, was a turning point. It established new safeguards and oversight to ensure the government could not simply pause or abandon forgiveness programs again. This agreement fixes the immediate problem and creates a framework to prevent future disruptions, restoring hope for borrowers who had nearly given up. This legal battle turned despair into action, transforming frustration into a landmark victory for student loan borrowers and public servants everywhere. Borrowers now have a clear, protected path to the relief they were promised, and a renewed sense of trust that the system will finally work for them. Who truly stands to benefit from this historic agreement? Let's break down exactly who is eligible and why this matters for so many Americans. Across the country, millions of people are enrolled in federal student loan programs, representing a wide range of backgrounds, ages, and professions. From recent graduates just starting their careers to seasoned professionals still carrying student debt, the impact is far-reaching. If you've been making payments under an income-driven repayment or IDR plan, such as income contingent repayment, ICR, or pay-as-you-earn, PAYE, or if you're part of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness, or PSLF program, this agreement is designed with you in mind. These programs were created to help borrowers manage their debt, but many have faced years of uncertainty. Now, the deal specifically covers those who have reached the end of their repayment term, often after decades of consistent payments, and are finally eligible for full cancellation of their remaining balance. This is a long-awaited relief for many: teachers, nurses, first responders, and countless other public servants who have dedicated their careers to helping others and have met all the requirements will finally receive the forgiveness they've worked so hard for. Their service to the community is being recognized in a tangible way. In total, between 2 and 2.5 million borrowers are expected to be covered by this agreement. That's millions of families who will see a significant financial burden lifted. For years, many borrowers have been stuck making payments even after they technically qualified for forgiveness, due to administrative errors or processing delays. This new process aims to put an end to that frustration and uncertainty. The Department of Education is now taking a proactive approach, identifying eligible borrowers and processing forgiveness automatically, so you don't have to jump through extra hoops or worry about missing out. Be sure to check your email and your loan servicer account regularly for updates and notifications about your loan status. Staying informed is key to making the most of this opportunity. For millions of Americans, the long wait for student loan freedom is finally coming to an end. This is more than just financial relief. It's a chance for a fresh start and new possibilities. Let's break down the 3 pillars of this agreement. First, accelerated debt cancellation. The Department of Education must process and discharge eligible loans within 2 weeks. Second, fairness for those who overpaid. Borrowers who made payments after qualifying for forgiveness will be reimbursed. Third, a buyback option. Borrowers can purchase credit for past deferment or forbearance periods, even without proving hardship. These changes mean fast, automatic relief, refunds for overpayments, and new pathways to forgiveness. The agreement corrects past errors and fixes systemic issues. It's not just about canceling debt, it's about doing it right and fast. For millions, this is a complete financial reset. The burden is lifted, and a brighter economic future is within reach. Relief is finally real and immediate. One overlooked victory is protection from the dreaded tax bomb. Normally, forgiven debt can be taxed as income, creating a new financial crisis. Thanks to the American Rescue Plan, student loan forgiveness is tax-free until December 31, 2025. With earlier delays, millions risked missing this window and facing huge tax bills. The new agreement mandates all discharges happen before the tax exemption expires. Borrowers will receive forgiveness tax-free, as promised. This diffuses a looming financial disaster. The deal ensures true, complete relief, no surprise tax bills. Borrowers can celebrate debt freedom without fear. Beyond cancellation, the agreement promises reimbursement for overpayments. Many continued paying after qualifying for forgiveness due to processing delays. The Department of Education must identify and reimburse every borrower who overpaid. Most refunds will be automatic, No forms, no hassle. Money will be returned via your original payment method. For families, this could mean hundreds or thousands back, catching up on bills, building savings, or investing in the future. This isn't just about dollars, it's about accountability. The system is correcting its mistakes and making people whole. Overpayment frustration turns into a welcome financial cushion. Accountability is built into this agreement. The Department of Education must file 6 monthly progress reports with the court. These reports track application processing and loan discharges, creating a public scorecard. If delays or problems arise, advocates and the court can intervene immediately. This transparency prevents bureaucratic backsliding. Borrowers finally get visibility into the process. The pressure is on the department to deliver, no more black box. This oversight helps rebuild trust in the system. The agreement ensures promises are kept, not just made. Relief is monitored until every eligible borrower is served. Advocates are celebrating this as a monumental win. Randy Weingarten, AFT president, calls it a huge victory for working families and a fight for affordability. She highlights the dual win, real forgiveness and protection from tax bills. Public servants finally see promises honored. Winston Berkman-Breen of Protect Borrowers calls the settlement a tremendous win, bringing peace of mind to millions. The psychological weight of looming debt and taxes is lifted. These voices represent years of tireless advocacy. Their celebration is a testament to the power of organized action. Real change is possible when people stand together. As we celebrate, we look ahead. This agreement sets a precedent. Federal loan promises are enforceable. It could inspire more accountability and improvements in the system. While some older plans may be phased out, this deal ensures they're honored until then. The fight isn't over. 40 million Americans still hold student debt. The root causes remain college costs and repayment options need reform. But today, justice is delivered, promises are kept, and a new chapter begins for millions. This victory is a catalyst for the change still needed to secure a brighter future for all.